Hi friends, welcome back to another video. We are talking all about baby registries today, and I'm going to share some of the things that I put on my registry, how I built out my registry, and just give you some tips that hopefully will be helpful. So everything that I mentioned in today's video will be linked below, and if you have any additional questions as you're watching this video, feel free to drop them down in the comments. So without further ado, let's get started. So I decided to build my registry on Babylist. You have a few options when it comes to like building a baby registry. You could do Target, you could do Amazon. I decided to do Babylist because it felt like a good combo of like all of the things. I could add things directly from the Babylist shop or website, and then I could also pull in stuff from like whatever kind of website I wanted using like their little internet toggle program button thing. So I could pull in products from Amazon, Target, specific baby clothes, all that stuff. So for me, it felt like it was a good place to start. I also had a bunch of friends that used it and they all really liked it. So I went with Babylist. And one of the things that I liked about Babylist is that it organizes it into different categories for you. So I'm going to talk about the main categories that I put different things in my registry on, and then we can kind of like go through some of the larger items and I can share some of the things that I've already received. So the first big section is transportation, and you can see some of the stuff behind me that we ended up deciding to go with. So I think that strollers, car seats, these big ticket items are a great thing to put on your registry because it's a great group gift. It's a great grandparent gift. It's a great option for people if they want to like chip into something big because it's a necessity. You gotta have a good stroller, you gotta have a good car seat. And that I think because it's such a big expense, it's great for you as the parents to not have to spend that if you can, to have it gifted to you. So we were lucky enough that our sets of parents, both of our sets of parents chipped in and did all of the big transportation things. So for our transportation, we went with UPPAbaby as the brand. We actually did a consultation with a company that is based out of Boston, and we described basically everything that we needed in transportation, not stroller, from like how we live our lifestyle. And they actually ended up recommending something that was different than I had in my head. They ended up recommending the jogger stroller from UPPAbaby as our main stroller because we do a lot of trail walking. Portland sidewalks are really uneven, and we just wanted something that was really stable that could grow with us, and that seemed like a great option. So that is what we're doing as our main stroller. They also recommended that we get a travel stroller, which I'll show you the travel stroller as well. And the travel stroller folds down. It is really compact. It's great to just like keep in the car, and you can use it when you go to the grocery store or if you head downtown to get dinner and you don't want to like have this ginormous stroller with you. Or since Matt's family lives in Colorado and that is a flight away, it's a great option for like flying. So we'll definitely be using the travel stroller, probably honestly almost as much as we use this big stroller. All right, I had to change my battery. So where were we? We were talking about car seat. So we decided to go with one brand for everything just because it made everything as compatible as possible. So the car seat is compatible with the strollers without having to do all these different adapters, compatible with the bassinet. So that's what we did. So we did the UPPAbaby Ridge, we did the UPPAbaby, I can't remember, I'll put it on the screen what the travel stroller is called, the UPPAbaby car seat, so the Mesa Max, and then the UPPAbaby Bassinet, which we will use for the strollers when he's a newborn and potentially also for like naps and things when he's at home in the living room instead of putting him up in his crib. We'll see, but we're planning to use the Bassinet. So those are the main things that we did for transportation. We also put some carriers on our list. We have an infant carrier, front carrier, and we have a like one kind of stage up from an infant carrier. Those are both Ergobaby. So transportation was the first main section that had, I would say, the biggest like investment pieces in it. The next place that I put stuff on our registry was in the sleep category. So I don't really know, this is my first child, I don't really know what's gonna work for us for sleeping. I basically went on friends' recommendations. So we have a bunch of different options for him for napping and sleeping. We are gonna do a crib, but as he is like a baby infant, he's probably not gonna be sleeping in his crib, definitely not at night. So what we're doing at night, we're gonna see how it works, is a Mika Mickey co-sleeper. So the Mika Mickey basically is like a three-sided thing that's kind of sides up right to your bed. So it's basically like co-sleeping, and I'll just be able to kind of like roll over and grab him to breastfeed if he needs to wake up in the middle of the night, instead of like getting out of bed, reaching into a bassinet to pull him out. I'm hopeful that that is easy, that it's comfortable for him, and that he likes it, but we'll see. We also put some loungers on our registry, well, just one lounger. I think those are another great option that people swear by, that are great for when you're just hanging out like in the kitchen or on the living room, on the couch. I went with Snuggle Me Organic. Some people like Docatots, but those kind of like infant loungers, they seem to really like, and I have a bunch of friends that have sworn by them, so that was on our list as well. We also put a pack and play on our list, and we ended up doing the Graco pack and play that has an attached bassinet and changing table. I think we actually are going to just leave that pack and play at my parents' house so that we don't have to travel with it when we are going up to their house, because they're probably the ones that we're gonna see the most. And when he's little, we can pack like other things. Like we might get a little lightweight travel pack and play, or we'll bring maybe this Mickey with us. I'm not sure yet. Haven't really thought about travel, but because that thing is fairly large, I am just gonna have it at my parents' house for now. The other big thing that we added for sleep was a bunch of swaddles. So we had a bunch of different kinds of swaddles. We have the cotton muslin swaddles, we have the Ollie wrap swaddles, we have some Halo sleep sacks. Again, you know, I just don't know what he's gonna like, or what I'm gonna like to use, or what we're gonna like to use. So I would say that for your first baby, it's probably a good idea to try a bunch of different swaddle options and just see which ones you and your baby like the best, instead of just like sticking with one type, because some babies just don't like certain types of things. So we went with cotton muslin swaddles, we went with the Ollie wrap swaddles, and we went with the Halo sleep sacks. Okay, I'm also gonna just look through my phone and see what other things I might have missed. For little items for sleep, we put some portable, dimmable, rechargeable night lights, which I have multiple friends swear by, for feeding at night. Instead of like having to turn on a light or a lamp next to you, they're just little, like tiny little night lights that you can bring with you and don't really wake the baby up. You can put them in different colors, so you could put a red light on if you wanted, which is more calming to your brain rather than like a light light. So I will put an image of what they look like here and link those down below. We also did crib sheets, bassinet sheets, crib mattress protectors, bassinet mattress protectors. So those kind of things, those are good, just like little things that people can buy and just get you like multiple things. You know, they could get you 4 things of sheets and that's their gift. We put on the UPPAbaby air purifier, which will be in his room. I think it's also a sound machine. So it's a sound machine plus a nightlight and an air purifier. So that will probably live in his nursery. Well, maybe it will live in our room until we move him into his nursery. We did 2 of the portable sound machines, which are great for like putting them on the stroller or if you're like out and about. And that is pretty much it for sleep. I had to shift my position. Okay, the next big section is feeding, and I haven't gotten everything off this list yet, but I feel like there is a good blend for feeding of like nursing things that you could put on there. So I did like a nursing pillow on mine. I did the Boppy nursing pillow. I also did the Baby List bottle box. So it's a sample of 5 of the main bottles, because apparently babies, I don't know, but not all babies like the same bottles. So you can, instead of investing in like specific type of bottles, if they don't like them, then you can buy this little baby bottle box and see which ones they like the best. So we did that. We also did a little table chair, which I have right next to me. It like clips onto a table. So when he starts to eat with us, we can bring this with us to a restaurant or to my parents' house or to our house in Vermont. And we can just like, instead of having a high chair, just clip him onto the table and he can eat with us at the table. So that's not gonna be until he's a little bit older. And then we also put like the bottle drying racks, bottle warmers, and kind of basic things like that in the feeding section. We also did some burp cloths and a pack of little like bibs. And that is pretty much it. Next section is bath time. So fun, so cute. We did a bunch of stuff from Target for the bath time. I did a little like waterfall bath thing. The bath container that I got is, let me get it for you. So this is the bath container that we got. Basically it can sit in a sink, but it sits in the bath. I think we'll end up honestly just bathing him in our tub, but it sits in the tub. And you can like fill the tub a little bit and you can pour the little water on him. We got a bunch of towels. We got some of those little hooded towels for after bath time. This thing is super affordable, which I loved. So I am excited to try this. And we also did a little like rubber ducky water temperature thing. You can't, I guess, have babies' baths be too hot. All these things that I just like have to learn, that I will learn. But it's a little like thermometer that just sits in the bath, and it also can be a little toy, and it's just cute and adorable. So the last big section in the registry is diapering. Not necessarily the most glamorous for people to give you gifts, but super duper important because you are gonna go through a lot of diapers, and there is a lot of like tools or things that you can put on your registry to help supply that. So the first thing that we put on was the diaper box mixed case from Baby List. It has the top 5 brands, I think, of like non-toxic or better for the environment brands of diapers. And it is basically a good way for you to just test to see what brand of diaper works best for your baby. Depends on their size, their shape. Some diapers work better for other babies than others. We also, for the like larger items in this category, we did a diaper pail, the one from UPPAbaby. It's a steel diaper pail. It does come with its own like trash liners, but it has like a top close, and I'm really hopeful that it will be completely like nose proof and dog proof. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't happen. She loves smelly things, so hopefully that she doesn't get into the diaper pail. And then we also put on a peanut thing. I think we have the Kikaroo on ours. We haven't gotten it yet, but there are other ones that you can get. It's basically like a silicone or rubber changing mat, and apparently it's really great to wipe them down. It's just like really easy to clean. And then for the little things that we did the like a little on-the-go wipe dispenser / pouch that we can hook to the stroller or throw in the diaper bag. We have another dispenser that can sit on the changing table. And then we put a portable changing pad that we can keep either at home or in the diaper bag. And then I was gonna put a diaper bag on my list, but I actually ended up buying one on Amazon when it was like on major sale. So I didn't end up but I didn't end up putting that on the list, but that is another great thing that you can put on your list. And I can't remember the brand right now. Ruffalo maybe, or something like that. Anyway, I will let you know if we like it. All right, so I hope that you found that helpful. I, again, want to just recommend that if it's your first baby, put some of the big stuff on there. It really, like, people want to give you gifts. They want to make this time easier for you. So if you have big investment pieces, throw it on there. You might be surprised that a group of people might chip in and buy something that you won't end up having to buy yourself. And it helps ease the burden a little bit because little babies are expensive. This is my experience as a first-time mom, so I will come back and do a video after he's here and let you know what we actually end up loving, because these are just things that friends have recommended for me, or I've seen in other YouTube videos that seem like they are gonna be great, but every baby is different. I have no idea what he is going to like or what he's going to be like. So I will do another video in a few months letting you know like what things we actually love and use. I will link all of the individual products that I have on my registry, especially the like larger ones, down in the description box. So if you want to check that out, you can find that down below. And if you have any specific questions, use them or put them in the comments box, please. I'm happy to answer and help however I can. I know it can be a little bit overwhelming as a new parent. Hopefully some of the things will make our life easier as new parents, and it just also, like, you don't necessarily need all this stuff, right? So babies really just need to be loved. They need love, they need food, whether it's from you or from formula. They need diapers in some form, and they need a place to sleep. So they don't really need all of this stuff, but if there is stuff that can make your life a little bit easier and more comfortable as you're transitioning into this new phase of your life, then I say put it on there, and hopefully it does help. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.